Good afternoon. I guess you can hear me at the back, and I will give my zapper a go. I've been in this business now for 35 years, or just about 35 years. I did start life as a fighter pilot in the Royal Air Force, which is a great line, even though it's not exactly true. I never qualified because my instructor got me in and said that in the Air Force, they like to keep the number of landings and the number of takeoffs roughly equal, and had I therefore considered a different career. And I then got into the whole world of information security and have been working in it ever since. So I'm not a computer person. I'm a security person through and through. And many years ago, I offered a pint of beer to anybody that could show me a computer that had committed a crime, and that bet is still outstanding. And really that summarizes the theme of what I want to talk about this afternoon, is that it's about people. A little about us. I won't labor on this, but we do security awareness for very large companies. And it's the same for any size company. We do have small companies as well. And what I want to try and do today is to just pass on some of the lessons that we've learned by working with very large organizations like this, educating their workforces about security and fraud prevention, and how those messages, not only are they the same as the messages that the smaller enterprises need, but the way you communicate them is exactly the same way. It's just a matter of scale. And you'll see some names up there, people like BT, Unilever, EADS, Vodafone, huge companies, Royal Bank of Scotland. And then much smaller companies, people like the London Fire Brigade, a lovely bunch of people. You think, why are they interested in this? This is a topic that spreads across all sizes of organizations, all sectors, and all parts of the world. We're moving into the Middle East. A lot of the Arab banks are very interested in the whole issue of how they make information much more secure. We also are very closely involved, well, it's actually, we run it, it's the Security Awareness Special Interest Group, and this is free and it's for all organizations where you are concerned about raising awareness. It's usually hosted by Reuters in London. The last was hosted by Vodafone. Other large corporations have hosted it. Please, if you are interested in mixing with people who are talking about this very subject, then go to the website, join, and you will be invited to the meetings. The next one is in September. And we have people from the FSA talking, for example. So that's worth going to. There's also the Information Security Awareness Forum, of which we're active as well, where we're looking at how you raise awareness about information security, data protection, prevention of e-crime. And this is a place to go to find out who's interested. So there's the British Computer Society, ISSA, all these various 3 or 4 letter acronyms, all the organizations that are working in this field are all coming together there. So again, that's another useful address for you to remember. I won't labor on the words here too much, except to say this is nothing new. This is a problem that's been around forever, and it's actually, I don't think it's necessarily getting any better. I sometimes get quite despondent. We talk about how the individual's vulnerable, and Tony and I have worked together for many years, and our views are very much the same. The individual's vulnerable. Oh, but that's a shame because we need to educate them more. Small enterprises are vulnerable. There's nobody there to deal with this issue. The reality is as well that many, many large organizations are equally vulnerable because people really haven't got their heads around the need to look after information, because information equals money. I am in danger of boring for England on this subject. People say to me, what is the single most important thing you should do to improve security, reduce fraud in an organization? And the answer is always the same. You need somebody at the top that's taking an active interest, right at the very top, board level, someone with influence, someone with money, someone with knowledge of the business, and someone that will stand up and be counted. And unless you've got that, then you are always pushing porridge uphill. It will never work. Having somebody at the top is crucial to all of the clients that we work with. They have somebody that's not only nominated to take care of this subject, is actively involved in it. And I think if you are looking to improve security within your organizations, and it might be that they're your organization, well, you've got to set the standard. It comes from the top. And the reason why I put the telephone box up there is because in the Air Force we used to say, how many group captains can you get in a telephone box? And the answer is 47, because if you put an Air Commodore in there first, the rest will crawl up his backside. So the reason why you need someone at the top is so that they actually follow what you're doing. And talking money, this is something else which is very important. There has to be a reason for doing this. Businesses are run by accountants, and accountants are only interested in the money. But if you can show how improved security equals improved profit, reduced fraud equals more money. It's very simple. I learned the Theft Act in 1968, Theft Act. There must be people in this room that had to learn it as well. And the definition of gain and loss, you gain by gaining. Okay? You lose by losing. Fine so far. Write this down. Normally it is 6 to 7 days of consulting time before I get to this stage, so this is free. You gain by not losing. I know it's simple, but it was an epiphany for me when I heard someone say that. You gain by not losing. And when I go into organizations to talk to them about the need for improved security, this is something that bosses can really click into. So what you say, Martin, well, if I save you £1, then that's the equivalent of £10 of turnover, isn't it? Because you've got to make £10 to get £1 of profit, yeah? Well, if I save you £1, it's like saving £10 of turnover. Oh, go on then. And while you're recovering that £10, you're not making a fresh £10, so the loss of £1 is equivalent to £20 of turnover. And if any other part of the business went to the boss and said, I can find a way we can improve turnover by £20 for the price of, or 50 pence or whatever it is, because obviously if it's going to cost £2, then you're, but as long as it costs less to save more, then suddenly you've got their attention. And there is no reason why improved security awareness by improved procedures, improved processes, improved defences cannot be seen to be a business enabler. And of course, once you've got the boss's attention at the very top and you've proved this, then you get so much more support. What I'm trying to do here is just to communicate some of the ways in which we grab attention inside our client organizations for the business units within the organization to work more closely with us.